Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome, sir.
Still working on that transition. I love seeing her talk. So many different levels. Now I'm sure going to be going around with her very soon. So let's see how that works out. Okay, moving into a little bit different area. Jennifer's going to come back after I'm done speaking here in a couple minutes, and she's going to give us the second half of her presentation, which is actually the part where you guys get to actually participate. So looking forward to that. So my whole idea behind what I'm talking about tonight is I want to put you guys in a different zone. So who wrote this right here? You read it, Laura? I think you wrote it. So everybody saw this, right? Dreams turn into plans, which turn into goals. What happens with that sometimes? What makes you so that you forget the plan and all of a sudden your goals start to disappear?
Fear.
Fear? Okay. What else?
Distraction.
Distraction. What else?
Naysayers.
Okay, so negative. Negative whatever. Thoughts. What else?
Money. Lack of results.
Okay, so lack of, I'll just put a question mark. Lack of something, right?
Time.
Something you're missing.
Clarity.
Sure, clarity, lack of focus. Okay? So we have all these things. You see the red, you see the blue. What do you guys see?
Red.
Red.
All you see is red, right? The blue all of a sudden fades to the background. You don't see it anymore. Okay, so we get rid of this. We get rid of this, like somewhat. Maybe we can still see the blue. So here we are in our happy little world. Okay, this is us. Big old smiley face here. Okay? Well, what do we actually see? I probably didn't put my back in. I'm not the best rider on the board. So we have, by the way, this was given to me by a man named Curtis Spooler, one of our very top mentors in life. So here we are, okay? And we have two boxes. Yeah, so this is problems, this is dreams. We put a box around problems. All of a sudden, we've got a bigger box around dreams. So if you're here, can you see your dreams? Yeah, right? You can still see them. Because the dreams are bigger than the problems. But now what happens when we write all of those red marks? All of a sudden, our box that contains the problems now gets bigger than our dreams. What happens then?
I can't see it anymore.
Question mark? Panic? What do I do? What was I supposed to do? My lack of focus. Guys. What I can't, oh no. Can't see anything. So now you realize all you're focusing now is that your problems and your plans that you had to reach your goals just disappeared because it got blocked out. So all of a sudden your blue fades to red and you don't see it. Now we're in a different state here in this class. I'm going to erase this because it kind of bothers me. Okay, does it bother anybody else? Good. Sure. Thank you. Yes. The on-stick people. Yeah. But I want to read a quote, which is very appropriate. I got this yesterday, one of those quote of the day kind of things. It says, there comes a time in your life when you walk away from all the drama and the people who create it. You surround yourself with people who make you laugh. Forget the bad and focus on the good. Love the people who treat you right. Pray for the ones who don't. And life is too short to be anything but happy. And falling down is a part of life, but getting back up is living. So think about that. Are you falling down? Business, career, life, personal? But the question is, are you getting back up? What are you planning on doing? What is your goal? Is your goal just getting by? Or is it getting up and running? So tonight, our speech is on plan and do. I challenge you guys. Decide to achieve. Decide what it is. Don't think, I'm going to plan for it, and if it happens, and maybe I can get around to it, and possible. Tonight, decide to achieve. Whatever it is. If you want to share it with us, great. No problem. That's what Jennifer's second part of it will be. That'd be great. We'd love to hear it. But it's whatever you have inside of you that you're going to decide what it is you want to achieve. Now, writing down the goals. Whether you do it tonight with Jennifer, whether you do it on your own, when you get home in your quiet, safe place, wherever you're at, write down your goals. You're 10 times more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down than if you just think about it. All right? So dreams, goals, difference. Dreams, be great. Wake up in the morning. Oh, that's a nice dream. Write it down. You set your plans to it. 10 times more likely to do it. So I encourage you to write them down. Now, the biggest thing is, and Jennifer alluded to it, I want to save the world. This is what I want to do. Wow. Yeah, that is a big task. How am I going to do that? I don't know. Question is, you don't have to know the big step. You don't have to know where to get from all the way to here, all the way to there. But you do got to know how to get from there to there, to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. And eventually, one day, all of a sudden, you'll hit here and be like, whoa, I saved the world. If that were possible. Is it? But you don't have to know all the steps. Just know the next one. Just know what your plans are. Sure, it's good. I always plan too. You always have the plans for very short-term goals, medium-range goals, and then long-term goals. Long-term being over 5 years if you want it to be. Short-term goals could be the next hour. Oh, look. Could be the next day, next 6 months. But just know what those steps are. Where you're at down the line. So one of those things too, when I do a lot of phone calls in business, I do a lot of talking to people. You can always know what the outcome of those phone calls are going to be. When I pick up the phone and start to dial, I'm thinking, all right, and of course I'm in sales, so I'm like, all right, am I doing a sale today? Am I doing a relationship builder? Am I just saying hi? Am I strictly going to leave a message, because hopefully they won't answer, or is it, what's going to happen? And I decide at that moment what that conversation is going to be like. Now, I don't know. It could completely get blown off of what it's supposed to be. I can end up in a totally different area. But you've got to learn to wrap it around. So I know that if I don't accomplish my goal now, I'm okay. As long as I made the action, I can figure it out and I can decide where the next step is. What's going to happen next. I don't think anything is a failure as far as you do, as long as you learn from it. You never fail unless you actually give up. So as long as you learn for it. So every time I pick up the phone, I was thinking about that today, you choose the result ahead of time. I know it's going to happen. Now, Ursula Mentjes, which is a wonderful lady. If you guys know Ursula, I'll write this one in purple, but this one's not bad. That's probably terrible.
The blue ones are the only ones.
Okay, we need better markers.
Yeah.
Tell the landlord.
Okay.
You know,
You ran.
So, I'm going to write the word again. Now, this is what Ursula says. She has a couple of books I have in the other room too. And then Jeff will come back up. Here's your again steps. This is what you're going to do again. Talk about plan and do. You're going to do your assessment. Figure out where you're at, first off. You can't go anywhere if you don't know where you are. Right? Cheshire Cat, right? If you don't know where you're going, you're already there. Something like that's been one. So, know where you're at first. Know where you want to go. Where are your plans? Where are your goals? Second one is your gap analysis. What's this? That's how I have it written down, so if that's wrong, that's the book's fault.
That's right.
Great.
Close.
What was keeping you back? This goes back to your lack of. Lack of time, lack of money, lack of willpower, lack of whatever it is. What is missing from where you want to be, what you want to hit, what's missing in your gap analysis? Okay? What do you think the other A stands for?
Attitude.
Close.
Action.
I like that. Getting closer. How about what this whole meeting is? And you're the one that brought this up. Accountability, right? That's what we're here for tonight. That's what Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock are here for. Because we can do whatever we want to, and we can tell ourselves inside that we're going to run a little further, that we're going to run down the street faster. But if we don't have a running partner, or someone next to us, or a mentor, or just a board of directors, or someone to be a sounding board for what we want to, oh, well, you know, I kind of missed my mark this month, but, oh well, who cares, really? I'm the one who knows, no one else knows. So hold yourself accountable. Find yourself. If Jennifer comes up, I challenge you, talk to her about what accountability really means and what you want to do. Now, okay, so this goes back to what Jennifer said, and I wrote it down. She said, she used the words deliberate practice, which is her intent and result in mind. So we'll write down the I for intentional. Intentional and inspired action. Inspired action. What's inspired action? What does inspire you? What are those things where you say, you know what, I'm going to do this. This is why I'm going to intentionally do something, and I'm going to hit my goals.
Yes.
We'll leave this up for her. I got one. Okay. So intentional inspired action. In the end, we've all heard this before. Everybody's heard this.
Never give up.
Never.
Never give up.
Never, never.
Pretty obvious, right? And even though it's obvious, a lot of us people, be honest, skip over it. When things get hard, well, I really didn't have a very inspired action. It wasn't that great. I wasn't really tending to do it, so. No one really watched me either, so I mean, it wasn't really counting. I mean, I could have done it, but I just didn't feel like it. I didn't really know I couldn't do it. I mean, I had all those issues and problems, and just didn't have that. And if that would have happened, then I would have done that, and it just didn't work out. Oh, but I wasn't really sure where I was going to go anyway. I really didn't know. So I really didn't assess or figure out my goals. So I challenge you guys tonight, not only be honest with yourself, be true for yourself. Figure out what deep down inside means to you, what your goals are. Dreams are plans that turn into goals.